Sara Stafford is president of Stafford Construction, located in Saugus, Massachusetts.
Sarah, we're not going to let her get away with that too long.
Thank you. Do you want to introduce Sarah? You can say Saugus. In 1993, after working as manager for a supply company for 13 years, Ms. Stafford opened her own union drywall and plastering contracting firm. Her company's portfolio involves about 50% public and 50% private work. Sara Stafford has been a resident of Raleigh, Massachusetts for 15 years.
I have been in the construction industry for about 30 years. I am the president and sole owner of the Stafford Construction Services Incorporated. Primarily, we are a subcontractor working in the union arena, and we do drywall plastering, metal framing, that type of thing in the metropolitan Boston area. I do both public and private work. I am a union company. I have been since the day I opened my business 14 years ago. And I have agreements with the New England Regional Council of Carpenters as well as 3 other unions. The construction industry is particularly prone to illegal practices, and the industry is very competitive, with jobs frequently being awarded to the lowest bidder. Under those circumstances, it's difficult to compete against others that misclassify workers as independent contractors. We at Stafford play by the rules, and for the 50 to 70 employees that work for me, that means regular audits of my employment records are shown to the union, they're shown to my workers' compensation company, they're shown to my bank, my bonding company has access to them. It's an open book. We have common interest in having a market of high standards and fair competition as a rule. The basic rule is abiding by the law, and my company's employees are all on the payroll. They get overtime pay, workers' compensation, we pay federal and state unemployment taxes, Social Security, Medicare, and we withhold state and federal from every dollar that we pay out in employment. And many of these funds, of course, go to the support of the health benefits for these underinsured people. That's okay because that's the law, but it becomes difficult when I have to compete against other companies that routinely misclassify their workforce and do none of those things. Automatically, they get at least a 30% advantage in labor costs, and this all goes to profits. The bill for this gap in taxes paid and employee benefits comes due to every employer, like myself, that follows the rules. It is an unequal taxation through misclassification of employees. Another rule basic to many responsible companies like mine is to provide employees with a good family medical and retirement plans, a foreign concept to most businesses that misclassify workers. The result of that kind of conduct is not difficult to fathom. More of the insurance and tax burden is put on the responsible employers such as myself that play by the rule because less people are paying into the system. Also, my company has lost work and my employees have lost income because the bids were won by employers that misclassify workers. There's whole market segments such as residential construction that are almost impossible for legitimate companies to enter into, especially in the interior trades. That is not fair, and more concern needs to be shown to law-abiding companies. Otherwise, they will either have to go out of business or become one of the cheaters. And what about the workers? Misclassified workers don't have the benefits of union protection. They do not have a cop on the beat, so to speak, that will make sure that the employer is playing by the rules. If they want union representation, their irresponsible employer will make them jump through hoops to provide that they are employees, to prove that they are employees. That is a driving force behind the continuing misclassification problem harming our industry. As I said earlier, I have a common interest with the union to provide high standards and to make sure that the competition in the construction industry is fair. When union representation is made more difficult by misclassification, then misclassification becomes an even bigger problem, threatening the existence of employers like me, who are paying into the system and hoping that the system will recognize the need for a level playing field. Thank you.